about. And if you're going to relate to a person, the person can feel it more or less through feeling, you know, through touching them, through showing them, through hurting them, through them hurting you. That's the way lessons are taught. Like, they're not always going to be in my school. Sooner or later, they're going to grow up. They're going to have all the technique that I can possibly teach them, and they'll be thinking of their own techniques, and then they're going to have to go their own way.
Block.
Even I cannot give them what life is about.
Elbow strike, back fist. Elbow to the rib cage.
Okay, you practice every day to hurt somebody. Practice technically to systematically defeat him, you know, to hurt him, to break his legs, to break his arms, or whatever. But that's inside the school. When you get out in the street, it's a different thing. See, all these forms and all these ideas, they may look very good and they may sound very good, but the actual thing is the actual situation. Like in the school, you may have been doing something years and years and years, and you get out in the street and something happens and you meet someone who's really mean, you know? Someone who will not hesitate to take your eye out, someone who will not hesitate to hit you in the throat, you know, someone who is really trying to kill you, and you may freeze, you may be scared.
Stomp.
In martial arts itself, you learn to function by yourself, because there's no way you could walk the street and says, my instructor is going to be behind me, my friends are going to be behind me, and the school that you go to is going to be, you know, you've been just walking around that school all day in it. You got to be outside, and that way you have to cope with everything that goes on outside.
The rate for all serious crimes has more than doubled since 1961. In the past 14 years, robberies are up 255%. If you're a New Yorker, your chances of being mugged in your lifetime are 1 in 3. Forcible rape is up 143%. A rape occurs every 10 minutes. There's a violent crime committed every 33 seconds. Murder, 1 every 26 minutes, up 106%. Americans are killing each other at twice the rate of just 20 years ago. Over a normal lifespan, the odds are now only 200 to 1 against your being murdered. A figure crouched in a doorway, footsteps overtaking a walker, strange noises, sudden movements, all commonplace by day, strike terror at nightfall.
I was raped about 8 months ago. And the way it happened is I was walking down the street, and it was a dark street. It was around 1:45 to midnight. And I heard a man running behind me, and I turned around, and I saw a guy with a mask. And I stepped aside to let him pass. I didn't think he was coming after me, but he was. And as I was stepping aside, he came up and he grabbed me, and he grabbed me around my throat with his elbow. And he had a screwdriver, and he said, "If you scream, I'll kill you." And then he took me into this driveway between two houses, and he told me to take off my clothes, and then he raped me. There was nothing I could do after he started raping me, and there was, I mean, I just didn't know what to do.
Every 12 minutes, one woman is raped in the country, and this is based only on reported rapes. It is estimated that only 1 out of 10 rapes is ever reported because of the very low conviction rate. So we have rapists who are raping on the average of twice a week all their lives, and they are virtually not convicted. They are left to go free on the streets. Are women prepared to defend themselves against attack? No. First of all, if you are being followed, don't worry about yelling for help or going for somebody to help you, because the chances are nobody will help you. If you want to win when you are attacked by a person stronger than you, go right for the eyes. You can do it with a key. You can do it if the person has glasses. Another thing that you can do is take your other keys and put them in between your fists like this, and you go right for the face. Now, people always tell women, they don't teach women how to fight, right? You go home, you get beat up, they say, well, stay in the house. But they tell you, well, if you get attacked, you knee him in the groin. This is not easy. It is not easy.
They're always treating women's bodies as if they're very, very delicate. You know, for some reason, they're always saying, well, you can't fight because you're going to hurt your ovaries, you know, or you're going to hurt your uterus or something. It's really amusing because the sexual apparatus of women is very well protected. And women's reproductive organs are really neatly tucked away and cushioned and protected, and men's are just hanging out there for all the world to smash.
Tremendous advantage. You bang the head into the concrete, and you land your knee on the breathing system.
Do you think that what you're seeing is womanly or feminine when you see women doing this?
Well, I mean, to me it's a protection. Whether it's womanly or what, I don't know. But to me it's a protection.
I see no reason why a woman shouldn't be able to defend herself.
Because the way these men going down, most half of these women, or all of them, is going to need it.
Well, truthfully, I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and I wouldn't even think of going out.
Because you can't rely on the police. They're not there when you need them. They're not always there. They're not always around. I just think everybody, men and women, should be able to protect themselves and take care of themselves under any circumstance.
How many people in this audience are carrying a gun right now? Or a knife? If you run into trouble, how are you going to take care of yourself? There aren't many choices. You can buy a gun and learn to shoot it, but in most states you can't legally carry it on the streets unless you're a cop. You can get an attack dog, but he can't be with you all the time. Then there's a third alternative. It can't be taken away, it's legal, and it's always there. How would you like to pull a gun on this guy? 5'4", 145 pounds. A perfect mark, right? This man looks easy. 5 feet tall, 65 years old. A born victim. pushover. Slim and petite, alone on the block. A mugger's dream. It's impossible to draw the composite martial artist because each is a unique combination of skills and motivations. Master Ran Takanashi is a Buddhist monk, an expert in Okinawan weapons, and a teacher of advanced karate students. Master Takanashi is the chief 5th degree black belt in Nisei Gojuru Karate, has a 3rd degree black belt in the Korean system of Dang Sudo, 2nd degree in Kempo Karate, 1st degree in Zen Nippon. He offers a good example of the multifaceted nature of these extraordinary men.
People forget that martial arts is a religion. I mean, we go to the dojo, which is a school 3 days a week, 2 hours a class. That's more time than anyone puts in any synagogue or temple or church, you know. We do it religiously. The spiritual aspect of martial arts is the whole thing of martial arts. Karate is an aspect of Buddhism to me. It's just a physical aspect. I'm sort of a doorman, a physical doorman to a spiritual enlightenment. So in training, there is an enlightenment, a physical enlightenment about self. There are many forms of martial arts. Jiu-jitsu, judo. They have the same religious feeling and doing it every day, believing that the total output of their beliefs and training will make them a better person. But in order to get that, you have to have a strong belief. You have to believe in self. And whatever religion that you find that fits your way of life. At the present point, you can see me. I'm 30 years old, and I have multiple injuries. I mean, wired up. I mean, face injuries, leg injuries, internal injuries. I feel that I'm functioning, and I can teach. I fight right now. If I have 30 students to 5 students to 80 students, once a month, I fight the entire class all together and one at a time. I feel when I get older, because of the age, it will be easier for me to do, and I won't have to use as much strength. I will rely on technique and the knowledge that I've learned during that time.
Some say that these are violent men. Yet few of us pass through life without feeling that anger, that rage which can lead to violence. These men stand alone because through discipline, they have faced and understood and tamed that most formidable of enemies, the warrior within.
Sooner or later, you become more aware that when you're punching, it brings you satisfaction. And you no longer see it as a punch. You no longer see it as a weapon to hurt somebody. It brings you satisfaction. It brings you inner peace. You know, meditation in motion, you've actually set yourself aside from all the problems of the world. Whether it's 2, 3, 4 hours that you practice, you actually set all those problems aside, and you go and you meditate and you practice. And you fight no opponent, you're practicing. It's like you're working out your spirit, your energy, because everything is energy. And your punch, you become one with the universe. You kick, you become one with the universe. So you have that type of peace.
It's a hell of a life, man, you know, but I love it, you know? I love it. It's beautiful. I love the life, you know. It's all I got, Jack.
Relax your mind and free yourself from all frustrations in your way. Right deep inside that peace of mind, release the warrior within. Life is an ever-learning thing, seeking new ways as you go.